everybody, how's it going? I figured I'd just make a little, hopefully quick video giving a little more in-depth on my truck and how long I've had it and the build and all of that. I know in my previous two videos that I've posted, I really haven't talked anything about the truck, but please feel free to leave comments if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them as quick as I can and the best of my ability. To go into the truck, it is a 2004 Ford Ranger. Model is an Edge. It is a four-door version. The two back half doors do open. Started out its life as a 3-liter automatic, the V6, and it was actually a work truck. Just a little backstory: I've owned it for about 2.5 years, maybe a little longer. I don't know the exact date when I bought it. I think it was May. I think about 2.5 years ago. The truck was already pretty much done. I did not do the swap myself. I bought it from a guy who took him 4 years to do the swap, get it up and running, and it was, you know, a regular truck for him. He used it all the time, but he liked to build projects and then move on to something else, and I got the opportunity to snatch it up when I could. I've always wanted to do a V8 swapped Ranger. I had a buddy who had one when I was younger. I thought it was a really fun truck. I have another 2004 Ranger, basically same style truck as this, same colors, actually within a couple months of each other being made at the manufacturer. But the only differences are I have the straight bed instead of the step side bed like this one is. Couple other small changes, but other than that, they're pretty much identical trucks. And I found this truck already done, already V8 swapped and running, and it really just saved me the time from doing it, and probably some money on the other end, because he put a lot of money into this, and I bought it a lot less than what he put into it, but that's how most projects are. The drivetrain is from a 1998 Ford Explorer V8, the 5-liter, also known as a 302. The transmission is a 4R70W, which is the 4-speed, the 3 in an overdrive from the Explorer. So those are Explorer parts. The rear end is from a Ranger. When I got it, this was a 410 gear ratio, but it was a non-limited slip. It was an open rear end. It's an 8.8. I had it swapped to a 355 limited slip rear end, give me a little bit more traction and also a little bit more speed on the highway. As I was running out on that 4-speed, you run out pretty quickly when you're on the highway, so 355s going from 410s really helped. You know, it does make it a little slower on the low end, but I struggle with traction there anyway. So let's go a little bit more in depth here. The paint work and all of that was done by the original owner. If you check out my other videos, when I got it, it was on 20-inch black wheels. It was pretty much the stock height. It was lowered a little bit. He did have some DJM drop keys in the front, because this truck is on torsion bars. It's not on coils like most vehicles are, which made it a little trickier to drop, actually a lot bit trickier to drop. It does not ride nearly as well as a coil spring truck would at this height, but hopefully I'll fix that here in the future with a coilover conversion kit, something I've wanted to do, but just have not got my hands on or money for that yet. So just working on little things here and there. I have dropped it a lot more since I bought it from him. The bump stop is cut completely out in the front. I had some custom-made tubular upper control arms made. They are powder coated gunmetal gray. In the rear, I did a flip kit from Rick Moore and his bolt-in notch as well. The wheels are MST Suzuka's. They are 18 by 9.5 wide. I believe the offset is positive 12. The tires, the fronts, I have Mickey Thompson Street comps. I eventually want to do those all the way around, but I actually had these Toyos sitting around, and I figured I'd throw them on the back. And you know how rear tires go on trucks like these. They go through pretty quickly when you have a lot of power and no way to really put it down. So I wasn't worried. They are 255/45 R18s on the front and the rear. The original owner painted it. He did a great job. He's an auto body collision tech. He stripped down this thing completely, repainted it, cleared it. It's much shinier than the original. It's totally dirty right now, and I apologize for that. The rear taillights are the stock taillights. However, they have been sanded, and then they were actually cleared over with a little bit of black pigment. light, so they actually look kind of dark right now, but the light shines through them actually really well since it's mainly a clear coat, just a little bit of that dark pigment to them. Same with the third brake light. And then on the front, I'll walk back that way. We basically did the same thing for the headlights and the side running lights and the fog lights. The headlights and the fog lights are, pretty hard to see at night. I don't drive this much at night because of that. But maybe one day I'll get some projector retrofits and I'll be able to change that out. Yeah, the rear end, again, it's an 8.8. Put a nice Ford Racing diff cover on there. The exhaust is OBX headers, which are about the same as the Torque Monsters. They were discontinued for a long time, and OBX decided to remake them. They're much cheaper. They're about half the price of the Torque Monsters, and I have not had any issues with them. The exhaust is straight back to a pair of Flowmaster 40s, and then it just gets dumped right over the rear axle. I love the way it sounds. I think it sounds really nice. I may be changing it up a little bit here, just to give me a little bit more clearance. I do drag it every once in a while. One question I do get a lot on my Instagram specifically is about this bed cover, is where did I get it? Who makes it? The bed cover is by Pace Edwards. It is their Jackrabbit edition. It does roll up. It is aluminum with a vinyl top on it. That it does rolls up into there, which is nice. Back, it does have a lock if you want to lock it, and it does actually have some slides here for some tie downs, which I actually do have. I just don't keep them on here. Around Christmas time, I usually tie some Christmas lights around there, drive it around like that. So it is a very expensive bed cover. I think new it retails between $1,300 and $1,400, which is quite a lot for a Ranger bed cover. I was able to snatch this one used from a guy who actually bought his truck from Alaska, lives in Florida now. He wanted to put on a actual topper, and so I got this bed cover used for him for just a few $100s. It was a great score. I have not seen another person with these bed covers, so I really don't know how many they have made. I do know, as far as I know, they are still for sale, and you can buy them from them, but they are not cheap. Let's talk about the engine, what most people are interested in. Again, this is a 5.0 out of a 98 Ford Explorer, basically what the entire drivetrain is. It is not stock, but there's not a ton done to it either. We got some MSD coils there, as you can see. There is a warm air intake. Some people call it a cold air intake, but definitely a warm air intake. I built a little heat shield to try to help that. There's a bigger throttle body. There's an E303 cam with 1.7 adjustable rockers. The transmission does have a Transgo shift kit in it, which is quite nice. I've done an upgrade to fit a Group 65 battery in here. I have to do a little bit of trimming to fit that in here, but that's what the Explorer actually calls for, and I needed to replace the battery anyway. The old one went out, and so I fit a Group 65 in there. That wasn't too bad. The cooling system I just redid. It's an all aluminum dual core radiator with dual electric Mishimoto fans there. They're 12 inches, they're staggered. You have to stagger them to actually clear the water pump there. There's not a ton of extra room. This truck does have AC and heat. I still have that. One thing I did forget to mention is I do have an upgraded transmission cooler. It's about double the size of the stock one. All new lines was run to that as well. And also, when you do the 5.0 swap, the oil filter ends up being at a terrible spot. It's really hard to reach. Even with a little 90-degree adapter, it's really hard to reach. So you do a relocation kit, which actually we ended up, it's right here, right inside the front bumper. A lot of people put it behind the fog light, which is probably somewhere I will change it eventually. But right now, that's where it is. It's right there. The truck is pretty much a stock Ranger. It really doesn't look too much different. Again, this is the 4-door, so you can get into the back. I do drive this quite a bit, so I do keep stuff in here. Seats are stock. The center console is from the Pioneer Sound package, which was only available for a couple years, and this truck actually came with it, so it has that center console. My other truck actually has that as well. I am running the stock gauges, which is surprising. I have not seen another 04 and newer running the stock gauges with an EFI swap for the Explorer EFI V8. My coolant sensor is a little off. I don't trust that, but the others are quite good. And then over here I have an oil pressure sensor and a transmission temp sensor that gauges for those. In the center I did upgrade the bezel. I found one out of an STX model, which is hard to find. It's the faux carbon fiber, which I've been looking for. I finally found one, so that's in here. Other than that, the interior is pretty much stock. I do have all the power options, power mirrors, power locks, power windows, all of that works. So yeah, so thanks for checking out the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If I forgot to mention anything, just let me know. I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks.